has adopted today the European Chips Act.
要实现我们第二个百年目标，我们就是要走自主创新的道路。
It's technology of the smallest kind.
It's everywhere.
From autos to manufacturing to data centers to communications, everything depends on semiconductors.
Microprocessors are a highly strategic industry. The island of Taiwan is the world's largest producer of electronic chips, a situation that is creating geopolitical tensions.
台湾是中国，台湾更是被外族侵占。
If we imagine China taking over Taiwan's semiconductor industry, the worldwide economic shutdown, one with semiconductor is probably the best defense, has a silicon shield.
Since the 1980s, the United States and Europe have been off-shipping the production of electronic chips.
The globalization trend was driven by differentials in labor costs. It was simply cheaper to hire workers.
Americans and Europeans are facing a race against time to produce their own chips. The country that produces microprocessors will thus control the global industry.
World geopolitics has been defined by where the oil reserves are for the last 5 decades. And I think where the chips come from is more important for the next 5 decades.
Manufacturing a microprocessor requires cutting-edge technology. They are found in all electronic devices. Taiwan decided to make it a strategic industry.
湾这个发展了30-40年，它形成了一个非常技术的创新。
In terms of the infrastructure, cost structure, Taiwan become a promised land for this kind of stuff.
The island, just off the coast of China, is the main stronghold in this strategic industry. Taiwan accounts for 30% of the world's supply of microprocessors. The small country is a vital pillar of the global economy. It owes this transformation to one man, Morris Chang. Born in China in 1931, this engineer is venerated as a national hero in Taiwan. In 2018, Morris Chang was awarded the country's highest civilian honor by the President of the Republic. Studied at the best American universities before becoming the founder of TSMC, the first global manufacturer of microprocessors.
Morris Chang, I think, rightly can claim to have really reshaped the chip industry starting in the late 1980s when he founded TSMC. He's been with the chip industry from the invention. He, with the support of the Taiwanese government, which was a founding investor in Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, providing outsourced manufacturing for chip firms in Europe, the United States, across the world.
Less than 40 years, TSMC has built an empire of mega factories across Taiwan. In the suburbs of Taipei, the TSMC factories are impenetrable. Corporate communication is strict. Interviews with employees are forbidden, as are images from inside. TSMC has become the center of global attention. The company has the power to paralyze the world.
TSMC produces 90% of the most advanced processor chips. From Apple, whether it's an iPhone, or Nvidia, which powers many data centers, TSMC produces many of their chips. And without TSMC's production, the entire digital economy would simply ground to a halt.
Of all of the companies you know in the world, this is the only company that currently has something they make in our possession right now.
TSMC's stock market value constitutes over half of Taiwan's national wealth. 30% of the world's electronic chips are manufactured on the island. China, the USA, and Europe are lagging far behind and have to import the bulk of their microprocessors.
Everybody in the world realized how important chips are, and we became really important overnight.
In 2021 and 2022, a major company like Apple lost over $10 billion due to a shortage of microprocessors. Car manufacturers began to panic. For decades, companies have massively delocalized production without a second thought. Microprocessors have been no exception, and today, Western leaders are acutely aware of their dependence.
the geopolitical competition, that leaders have started thinking about, is this a risk?
To reduce their technological dependence, America, China, and Europe are taking action. In 2022, each announced its microprocessor plan for developing their own production capacity. The chip war has been declared.
Different wars going on simultaneously. There's wars between companies struggling for market share. There's also competition between nations for who gets which part of the supply chain.
On the 2nd of August 2022, it's the first time in 25 years that such an important American political leader has set foot on Taiwanese soil. Although Nancy Pelosi broadcasts her visit across social media, she doesn't mention anything about a very important meeting about microprocessors. Here she is with Morris Chang, and Mark Liu, the current CEO of the company.
If you look at Taiwan's production of semiconductor, you tell that Taiwan has occupied a very important place in the world. But China might have the temptation to think about Taiwan semiconductor as something that they want to take over. China wants to expand its influence and power beyond the first island chain. Taiwan happens to get stuck in the way to unification. Using force becomes the only option for the Chinese government to unify Taiwan.
Pelosi's late-night landing was quickly followed by news of Chinese military drills all around the island.
China organized an unprecedented military blockade of Taiwan. President Xi Jinping sent a strong message to Taipei and Washington.
告诉大家的是，这是一场彻头彻尾的闹剧。